Well, I am just staining the wood. I haven't done this backside yet. I tried one of the battens. You can see how that works. I may just fill those little holes with foam or whatever, you know. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. I just don't want bugs getting up in there, but you know, the air moving through is good. So yeah, I put on one of the battens, drilled the holes for the batten. As you can see the screw. There's no parts of the screw that'll attach to that. Just the head that'll push it in. The gripping is in on the inside one. It'll go in, hold the whole thing in, and bonk, and hold it in. Plus there's what, 5, 6 per batten, so it's good. But I'll be removing this one because I'm doing the staining, and the staining needs to go. Hey, Pickles. Hey. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because the staining needs to go all the way to the edge and all the way to the edge. Then the batten can go on top of those sealed edges. So the sealing will be under the batten, and then I'll do the battens as well. But it's better that I do them separate, and then yeah, and then attach them. So that's what I'm doing. Got this this side done, my test side. You can kind of see little things like that, where it's just, where's my finger? Just right there, where I can't get the little rolly brush in there, so I'm gonna have to do like a little, just like a foam paintbrush or something to do those little things. But I was intending to do the you know, the cracks between the spaces between the wide boards, but I just don't think I'm gonna need to, because the battens will be on top of that, you know, so it won't be exposed to the weather the same way that this, you know, these wide ones will be. It looks like chocolate milk, or some kind of orangish, I don't know, but it's yeah. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do the front now that I kind of figured out what I'm doing. The side, it looks fine. It looks a little darker than just fresh brand new wood. I haven't done the diagonals yet. I'm gonna go and sand them first, because they've just got just a horrible amount of junk on them, especially this back one here. But you know, it's like a filmy layer of mold, not mold, but you know, wood powdery fungus, whatever. You can see that it doesn't go in to the wood. It's just, you know, superficial on the my fingers are too big. Yeah, so you can see right there the end that's cut shows that there is not anything embedded in the wood. It's just the, you know, that surface. So I'm gonna but that's the worst of them, and so I'm gonna sand them and get rid of some of that stuff. Some of that, I mean, some, I don't think I've walked on those ones, but I've walked on these lower ones. So, but no, the upper ones, mostly they just get dirty from, you know, trucking them in and strapping them down and stuff, and they get all, you know, yeah, just a little bit more filthy, you know, so yeah. All right, so that's what I'm doing. All right, let's get to work. All right, I'm just gonna turn down that volume because it's the generator, and it has to be running. Uh, Not always, but in this case, yes. So, um, yeah. So I'm putting on. You know, I keep saying stain, but it's not stain. Um, it's as clear as it gets. This is just like a wood protectant to seal a sealer that you know seals the wood from rain or UVs and sunshine and all sorts of weather events. Uh, so I don't know, tornado or something, but whatever. Um, yeah, so it's a little orange. Um, yeah, it's not so bad. I mean, doing the roller and yeah, single single ladder was good for this case. On the backside, I do two ladders with just a board. Uh, Also, here in a second, I'm gonna spill quite a bit. Let's back it up. All right, this is the mistake, and I'm gonna pause it here for just a second to explain that the plastic tray that this is, it's made for like paint or whatever, any liquids, but it's bent all like creased and crinkled and whatever. Like I should have just picked a better one. I didn't think it'd matter, but it was all crinkled and stuff, and sitting on a flat piece of wood, it's fine, but the windowsill is a little more narrow, and the is blowing pretty good, and at first I thought I hit it with the ladder, and after playing it back, um, I found that it was the wind that blew it right as I moved past, and then it spilled. It went into the window, and there's some beams across the gap there that I use as a bridge. They took most of the spill. Oh boy, here we go. And then it rained down on who was underneath Pickles. So he got some, little speckles and stuff. Kind of, well, it kind of stained his fur a little bit. But, it'll come off after a while. I tried to wash it off. I mean, as I think about it, it could have been so much worse. If it would have covered him, I mean, would I have to like shave him or something? I don't know. Anyway, back to it. So I actually spill it again. I mean, at this point, I thought it was the ladder that hit it. So, and I thought, oh, well, I'll just be extra careful. I won't bump it with a ladder. But I didn't realize that it was so unstable with the wind blowing in. Boy, here we go. And there it is. Yeah. I took a lot of time to pull it gently and carefully, and I think the roller was holding it down a little bit, but yep, and it just dumps. Just all by itself. No ladder, no anything. It just dumps. In this case, it was all over the porch, and it's stone, and yeah, there's no getting that off. I tried. It won't. And so now I've got big brownish splatter marks all over it. So I'm not really sure how to how to fix that. I mean, the first time it spilled, it was on the inside of the cabin, and it went down through the gap, and so nothing got stained. But when it fell onto the floor of the rock section, the first floor, it's I mean it's stained the floor, but that floor is the old floor, and I'm going to replace it anyway, so it didn't matter. But the porch is I'm gonna leave the porch. But I don't know. I mean, do I have to scrub it with bleach? I don't know. I mean, it was done by the guy who created the rock cabin in the first place. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I could rebuild it. I don't I don't really want to, but now we're coming up on the last bit of this the front side here. I mean, it looks okay. It's just very it's not as blonde wood, I guess. It's more like an aged like brownish wood. So and now we're moving to the Mac. And by the way, this is faster than I normally speed it up. Normally, I run it through the thing 4 times and speed it up, and uh, it seems to be pretty okay. But for this, I had to do it an extra time because, um, it, well, because uh, it's like painting, like watching the paint dry. It's boring, like it's just moving really slow. So, um, yeah, and it's just not a lot of action other than me rolling on the stuff. So, um, but I did want to show it, uh, how it all gets put on there and some of the stuff happening and whatever. But um, yeah, so I sped it up a little bit faster so that it can, you know, move along and not be so boring. Yeah, but also, all the little things that I gotta cover with this stuff, it ran out. Okay, so after doing the little battens, it ran out. So um, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the underside of the eaves or not. I don't think I will because that's just a well, it's not gonna get rained on, right? Uh, so, and I don't think that I'm gonna cover it up, but still, it's just I don't know. It seems like a waste, so I may just leave it. Um, yeah, I don't know what happens to wood when it's I don't know. It's a dry environment, so it's not gonna it's not gonna have a lot of effect on the wood. Uh, the biggest effect would be the UV from the sun, lots of sunshine, and also the monsoons. And so, and in those cases, it's just really hard and fast, and then it dries. So, uh, yeah, underside, probably not, but definitely the sides.